I'm Mason.
And I'm Braylon.
And today we will be talking about the Falcons' loss against the Patriots in the Super Bowl after they were up 25 points with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
We will be talking about Tom Brady's amazing comeback, how the Patriots pulled it off, Julian Edelman's amazing catch, and how we would expect Tom Brady to pull this off.
So, Braylon, first of all, we need to know how they let up the 28-point lead in the Super Bowl.
I have no idea how they let up that big of a number of points in the Super Bowl. Like, that's just crazy. 28 points to 0. They let them come back.
Yeah.
I would be embarrassed if I was them.
Yeah, I would have retired. And anyways, so why do you think it happened? Like, how?
How? I feel like going into halftime, the Patriots are ready and, like, getting pumped up. They're about to go out there and beat their butts because they were getting ready. They seen their defense, their offense. They know how their plays worked and everything. So I think they're just getting ready. And I think the Falcons during halftime, they weren't doing nothing because they were up by so much. They were just in there celebrating like they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the Patriots, they were just ready for it. And they went in the locker room and Tom Brady gave him a big speech to the coach or somebody, or they were all quiet. And they knew they had to step up. And I think the Patriots went in the locker room, celebrated, popped a bottle of champagne, jumped in the jacuzzi real quick. And I think that's why they lost, because they were so confident in it. And then their confidence just fell off.
Yeah.
Just dipped. And so, let's talk about Tom Brady's amazing comeback.
Okay, I feel like going in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
Fourth or third?
Very end of the third.
So basically going into the fourth quarter, I feel like they're getting out there ready to go drive down the field and punch him in the mouth and go score a touchdown and get this game back.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady went out there, scored a touchdown, got the team going, defense turns it up, and they go out there. Tom Brady's playing great, Julian Edelman's playing great, Gronkowski's playing great, their defense is playing great. Their defense comes up with a stop, right?
Yeah.
And then go out there and hopefully put some points on the board, which they did, pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I didn't watch the game.
They went out there, punched him in the mouth, came back, and yeah.
Let's talk about
Mason, how do you think, what do you know about Julian Edelman's amazing catch?
the helmet catch, right?
No.
It wasn't that?
That was the Giants.
That was the Giants. Yeah, my bad.
Patriots.
And he had just...
Well,
what do you think, Brian?
What I know about that catch is Tom Brady kind of just like threw it up. It got bad in the air. He was in triple coverage. He dove for the ball. He caught it just before it hit the ground.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. And so, Julian Edelman and Tom Brady and Gronkowski just have one
of the greatest duos of all time.
Trios.
Trios.
And their connections were just crazy on and off the field. And so those three, they played great. And Tom Brady had the best tight end of all time, and probably a top 40 receiver of all time, give or take. And he went out there and made one of the greatest catches in
Super Bowl history.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as good as his helmet catch, because his helmet catch is pretty sick. And, Julian was pretty sick. So, would you expect somebody of Tom Brady's caliber to pull off something like that?
Yes. He's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time.
Arguably, I say no. Who's in the conversation?
Montana? No,
Montana.
not Patrick Mahomes isn't there yet.
He's not that good. He gets carried by his tight end, Tyreek Hill. If you've seen his stats ever since Tyreek Hill left, he's horrible. not horrible. He's one of
Let's see his wide receivers like Kadarius Toney. He can't catch.
I mean, yeah, you got to give him that, but he's still a really good quarterback. He's one of the most talented. So let's get back on point. Sorry, guys. No mistake. So I would expect Tom Brady to do this. Best quarterback of all time, if not, one of the best, if not the best of all time. And so he's the greatest quarterback of all time, which, you can't really argue that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, I would expect him to do this because he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if not the greatest, because he's led his team to many comebacks before this. And he has so many Super Bowl rings. He has 7. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, he has the most. He also has the most Super Bowl rings in history, and he's like the Michael Jordan of football. He has. He might not have that many. He might not have that many MVPs and stuff, but he should definitely have more. Because he went out there and gave it his all every time, and he played till he was 45, and
that's
he's
very
still
old for a football player.
Yeah, he's winning Super Bowls at 41. 40 or something.
The last Super Bowl was with Tampa. That was like 2021, 2022.
Yeah, I think he was 40, 41, maybe 39, somewhere in there. But still that old in football.
Mm-hmm.
The average quarterback retires at like 35. Big Ben was pretty old too, though.
Yeah.
And so, Aaron Rodgers is up there too. But, that's just one of the cool things about Tom Brady is that he played for that long. And, he made all those achievements. And, to think about it, though, Tom Brady was the 7th quarterback going into his Michigan career. And he goes out there and gets a spot after some injuries and stuff. And he
balled up.
And won the national championship. And then, he gets drafted in the 6th round? 6th round. I think. And becomes the best quarterback of all time, which he was still like the 4th quarterback on the depth chart.
Yeah, he finally got his spot to prove how good he was after Drew Bledsoe got injured.
And after he got on that field, he never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think it's one of the most historical things. And if you really think about it, if you go look at our other podcast, it's about Tom Brady's other Super Bowl mystery. And they're part of both of the biggest questioning things in Super Bowl history. Like, that's 1 in 32 chance over 50 years. No. It's like 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 1,000,000 to be in. There's only like 2 really big ones, And I'm just not sure if you really want to count those. It's just crazy to think that he did that good. And basically the Falcons, it's kind of a joke if you really think about it. Like, how do they lose? If I was a Falcons fan, I would be disappointed. If I were the Falcons, I would have looked for a new head coach if your head coach just had an off game.
Yeah.
Because if he had an off game, you really can't fire him because he led you to the Super Bowl and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Ryan just should have gave his team a speech. Said, this game's not over, guys. They can
need to play to the end. You can't just give up since you're up.
The final whistle. And so, Braylon, that basically concludes our podcast. Thank you guys for listening to our 2 episodes. I'm Mason.
And I'm Braylon.
Signing out.